Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are all doing superb today. Uh, there's a new Karnak video out, so I wanted to show you guys this. I haven't actually watched it, so I was hoping to, do the whole commentary YouTuber thing and add really nothing to the value of this video. But also after this, there's some patch notes I'm gonna go after. I'm gonna do patch notes after this. So let's take a look. But I waited at work for you guys. Look how pretty this is, man. Look at the woods. You guys ever seen the woods? Look at the deer. You ever seen a deer?
Nasty looking thing. But no help on this one.
I'm gonna turn on subtitles. You can't stop.
Got it.
There's so many people in the trees.
I hunt monsters, not people. But if we're gonna do this, only fair you know who I am.
I'm just like...
My first memory was death. Their bodies all around me, and the forest hungry for my blood.
Jeez, dude. This is sick. This is so cool, because, like, even being on test server, like, I don't know anything about really his backstory. Like, I know maybe a little, but this is all new. This is so sick.
I learned to hunt before I learned to talk. I survived. When they finally found me, I was more animal than man. And I still am.
What? Who are these people?
I don't even know if I'm human.
There's so much lore being
And
dropped.
whatever else I am, you're about to wake it up. I don't want to do this to you. But it does.
Dude, the eye art is so sick.
Creature hungry.
Dude, I really want to know how... Is he always like this? Or is, like... How did they become like this? That's sick. Oh. Steve G.
Ever since his rescue from the wild planet Taigan, Karnok has roamed the galaxy as a hunter for hire.
That's so sick.
On Taigan, I only hunted for food. But money becomes food.
That's really real and sad.
From a feral youth to a slightly less feral man, Karnok
Look at
was
the
only
board! Look at the board! That's so sick! Dude, imagine if this guy dropped on like Halloween. The board is so sick! Look at the knife! That's the coolest stash. That is actually the coolest stash. And oh, that's sick.
youth to a slightly less feral man, Karnok was only a few steps removed from the beasts he called prey.
Got a skill. So he'll spawn with that every game.
Out there!
Dude, look at the art too. I love the animations, man. On the card. Wild Boy. It's a new monster. Dude, the music is so good too. It's so good.
The animals
Look at that
were my
art, bro.
teachers.
That's so good.
And they taught me nothing but
That's
blood.
so sick.
These are my hunting grounds. Find your own.
And like the soundtrack in the
But-
back too is so fire.
With age,
The hunting rifle art. God damn, it's a lot of damage, by the way. 4 times. That's
stoic
insane.
hunter began to wonder
Dude, that's so sick.
who and what was
The
he.
art, man.
His
Some of this
only
art is-
clues led him to the bazaar
Dude, I love
and to the
Warcraft.
terrifying outlands beyond it. Deep in the cracks of
Dude, I
the
just can't
foundation lies the
stop
dark
praising it
forest
enough, bro.
of Karst. A harsh landscape filled with fearsome foes. But for a woodsman who speaks the language of the wilds, they might become fearsome friends.
I've hunted on 100 planets, but this place, it's dangerous.
Oh, there's a cat in my face. Oh, we got ad. We got added so bad. This is good. This is really good. Thank you. Thank you. Good job me for not having ad block.
This journey with childhood
I actually
cancer
support St. James.
comes at you in
Follow my
waves.
Twitch.
Every day we wake.
Consider donating. Alright, sorry. I was we're back. This art too,
The
for
folks who
skills.
raised you, they really found
That's
you
how you guys know. I
here
always hit you with
in
the
the
real,
Outlands.
live, raw footage.
That's what it said in their journals.
Well, big man, if your answers are here,
It would be really
I'll help
cool
you
if
find-
we had like animated skill art at some point as well. That's so much grit, bro. But like, imagine if this was like a waterfall that was just running. That'd be sick. I want to look what this other skill does too.
well, big man,
That's sick.
if your answers are here,
I wonder what the
I'll help you
waterfall
find
does.
them.
I've never seen it. It's so sick.
But still, Karnok keeps his
Look at the
distance.
fort, dude.
He prefers a tent and a fire over the luxuries of our city, watching the urban pageantry from a safe
Cat, dude, it's like
distance.
you're on a cliffside. Look at this. That's so sick.
Safe for us, that is.
He
No
brought back
matter how
food.
deep his isolation, Karnok is never alone.
Wait, no way. Trap it on the board?
Creature help.
What the f-
No help. I can handle this scum.
My zoo? Abusive? But of course!
Enemy bad. The creature heart.
ETA, this
No,
zookeeper,
don't.
please.
I'll whip you like a dog!
Oh, shit.
You know what? He's all yours. Yes, creature hunt.
Dude, that's crazy. I feel like this reminds me of like the 3D Diamond Hearthstone hero cards, but like in a good way. I don't know how to explain that. That's so sick.
Was that a hunt
Dude.
or a massacre?
This
That's
transformation
so
gives
sick. Big bonk. So only charges itself when you're in rage, and its cooldown is reduced by 7 seconds. That's so sick. So when you're in rage, you just have this like huge bonk stick. That's so cool.
Karnok
I
monstrous
love the idea
power
that like you get enraged, you just slap somebody with a tree.
and certain mysterious
Look at those digital
artifacts
arts.
may amplify it even more.
Those are all so sick.
The marks on this foundation,
Those are all
they
so
look just
sick.
like my sigils.
But amplifying the power is one thing, controlling it is another.
I'm too weak. Let creature control.
I wonder what the skins
Not
are gonna
if
be
I
like on
can-
this character. Like, do you always just become this version of a beast, or is there gonna be like varying versions of the beast?
Help it. All I've lived to kill, my man pretend. This is why I go alone. Those who get close get hurt.
I can handle a little danger, Karnok. Even yours.
Oh shit.
You haven't seen what I've seen. What it can do.
Knife juggler. The pigskin. Is it coming? The boss man pigskin. Also knife juggler. Such a good reference.
Whatever you want from me, it's not
Oh.
what you'll get.
Big sword. Legs for days.
Please, you don't want to do
All the
this.
names they're showing off.
If you wake up the creature,
The frog! Look at the frogs! There's so many frogs in the logs! And the snake!
what happens next is on you. Yes, creature like.
Karnok is a
Like,
mystery.
this is so cool. Little falconry?
Himself. Somewhere in the Outlands, he may uncover the truth of his
I
origins.
feel like I like his default skin better. This is so sick.
But will he resist
That's so cool, bro.
nature or embrace the beast within?
Creature happy, creature never leave.
Why is it critting? Dude, the music
Stronger
is so
now
good.
than the prime of my youth. Or have I even reached it?
Is that obsidian? Or is it just that?
I look human.
I think it's obsidian.
Many monsters do. If I'm not yet full grown, what will I become when I am?
Bro, still more to go?
No more fight self.
What? Is that him? That's so sick. That's so sick. Notably sick. That dude, the chick's so good in the arsenal. Alright, I'm about to write a patch note. See, that was so sick. Thank you guys for catching the ad break. My computer just like froze. There we go. Patch notes. That was, oh shit. I missed it. Yo. That's my fault. That's my fault. There was something at the end. Alright, hold on. We got another ad. YouTube, chillax. What was that? Yo, is that a Karnak ass for me? Hold on. Karnak? What is this? We got the ass reveal.
It's not great camouflage.
And ain't no way.
It does look good.
Ain't no way this is like the Marvel credits ending they left us with. Was the ass reveal. Alright. Hop into the notes. That's crazy. Alright, patch 12, End of the Hunter. New prize pass, couple new cosmetics for Karnok. It's sick. Chests, there's stuff for Karnok. There's a new carpet, or a couple, and some Karnok item skins, which will also be incredibly sick. Now he'll also have cosmetics. I hope that's just like a lot. I hope that's the board. Like, I hope you can get the cosmetics, the board, like and stuff for gems right off the rip, because it's sick. If you were tryharding last season and you finished high, you'll get a title. I'll get Crash Title Elite, so that's sweet. Let's see, quality of life thing. Enchantments have been separated from item titles and tooltips. So basically, what I think that means is like, if you have an item name, it'll be like, blah, obsidian or something like that. Well, in window mode, players can never access their window by dragging. Cool. Videos can be skipped by any keyboard input. Cool. And I believe that's just like, I assume that's the intro video. I don't know. Gameplay changes. We're not playing as Jules. You can now get heated and chilled slots during level up. If you have an item that requires heated or chilled, you can get a maximum of one of each of these. Interesting. So I think that means now it's like, instead of needing to find the like rest event and clicking like, oh, give me a heater, give me a chiller, now you can just have a dishwasher as you level up and just be like, hey, now I have a heater for my dishwasher. So that's kind of cool. It's an interesting way to guarantee it. The other way I wasn't as fond of, because you kind of had to find an event and do it, and also it's a powerful event, so you kind of have to skip some other good options. I like it. We're not playing as Karnok. You can now get his basic rage skill during level up if you have an item that requires rage to function. So I guess very similar to Jules. I wonder what the basic rage skill is compared to maybe other versions, but interesting. Slightly increase the max HP gained in the first 8 levels. So now everybody just gains an extra 8 times 5 is 400. Everybody gets extra 400 health over 8 levels. Just the way doubling other percentage-based triggered effects, so they no longer double dip with percentage. Okay. Obsidian Atlas Stone would more than double its damage on use rather than double, because it would take the buffed value to calculate the double buff, and when applied, this buff would then also be buffed by Obsidian's double effect. Okay, so it's more of like a 4 times effect, and now it's actually like doubling. Similar, dishwasher and fruit press would no longer cause fruit press damage to scale, much higher. Okay, gotcha. Persistent max health gains, no function additively. Previously, 2 belts would give a bunch of health. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the biggest effect on that would be, I guess, Pig. I know Jules also has percent max health items as well. So yeah, I guess it's just I don't know. I think that intuitively kind of makes more sense. Like, you just combine the numbers as opposed to like getting some crazy multiplication. New monster. Cool. And use a weapon, give you less most. Interesting. New monster. You have most weapon is damage equal to its crit chance. Your right most damage is okay. Cool. Definitely like a Karnok centric skill, but This skill is very good. It's like Swuckle in a skill. Wild Man, the start of each day, get a rage item. That's a very good econ skill. If you get it, I mean, you're kind of just, what are you adding? Depends, I guess, on the tier of the monster thing, but that might be an average of like 3 gold a day, extra 3 gold a day, which is not bad at all. Uniboo, when you enrage, deal damage equal to shield of your highest shield item. That's cool. Definitely more of like a creates unique Karnok builds, I would assume. But maybe there's something with like jewels and durian, or not durian, but like dragon melon or something would be kind of cool. Wild boar, feeding energy when you use a food, gain 15 rage. When you enrage, haste your food for 1 to 3 seconds. Cool. Also, I guess a very good skill with jewels if you get the enrage skill as well. Wolverine, day 8 monster. Your slowest weapon has plus damage equal to its crit chance. Interesting. Very similar to this Outland's Terror skill. Worry Wart, day 4 monster. Slippery Fella. Your slowed items so they're cooldown reduced by 50%. Cool. Cool. Look at him. Worry Wart. Expeditions now consume the ticket upon entering. Oh, interesting. So I guess you just make a little less gold on them. Is kind of the stick. Eating contest starts at gold tier. So that's the chocolates event. That's a huge change actually, because like basically at the high level, what you wanted to be doing is kind of spamming chocolates, silver or gold. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of up to philosophy, but really spamming chocolates. So what they've done is they made this event more rare. It's now as rare as like Kev is, but you get more health. So I think it's interesting. It also means that when you buy chocolates, where's this health thing? Here, right here. It also means when you buy chocolates, it's a little less more meaningful. Because like, if you bought day 3 gold chocolates, it'd be 150 health. It would add like, it'd take your health from 600 to 1 or 750, which is a fair bit. Like that's an extra, 25% to your health bar. Now, if you're getting plus 50, plus 50, plus 50, it's not as substantial. Tinker can spawn for Vanessa. It's the Friends merchant. That's sick. I don't know what that's gonna exactly mean for Vanessa, but it's really cool that Tinker's now in there. Tinker is cool, and I feel like friend lines should be a very core part of Vanessa, and this kind of allows you to find them. Atomic Clock is a tool. Makes it a little more findable, I guess. Aiden, heal nerf. I don't hate that, honestly. The heal is sometimes a little high early in the game. It's still a very strong card, but that totally makes sense. Flintstones redesign. Starts at bronze, cooldown to 6. Use another relic or tool charges. Sure, that makes sense. I think the thing with Flintstones was like, it was kind of hard to run late. Like, I feel like you could literally run it for like 2 days. But then also sometimes you would hit like enchanted Flintstones from enchanted item and it was broken and it felt kind of OP and unfair. So probably just another way of, now it maybe has more of a functionality. And then also too, it's like running a tech doesn't completely grief it. Forklift. So as opposed to forklift tech saying like, hey, you have like these eight whatever tags. Now it's just damage for each tag you have, each type you have. So that makes it definitely the text a little more simpler, but also makes the card in general just stronger. Do some cute things with like vat of acid, for example. Hydraulic press or like hydraulic press. Because like forklift hydraulic press, you could like type farm on this. Anyways, at the end of each fight, permanently destroy the items you let this. Also gain gold. This gains this item's types. Interesting. So now this is like something that if you're holding in your stash, it doesn't just destroy items for the sake of destroying items. Because like, I guess if you think about it, I never really considered it, but if you're hydraulic pressing stuff, it is a very expensive thing to be doing. Because you're just kind of eating the item and not getting any money back. So you get a little bit of money back this way. Makes the item a little stronger. But again, this forklift hydraulic press thing kind of intrigues me. Because again, you could farm types with this. Kinetic cannon, corrected issue, and this would not charge itself if gained the core tag. Sure. Propeller hat redesign, against the weapon type, cooldown to 4, deal damage, use a core, and item starts flying. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's so interesting. It almost is like a core in itself now, but I mean, this with launcher core, I feel like is going to be kind of ridiculous, but use a flying item, hasten item. Interesting. I feel like, yeah, what I do like about this is I feel like it maybe enables some of the other flying strategies on like launcher core cores. Like, what if something like this enables like Terry on V core, for example? Because now you can like give your whole board flying with it in the same way that kind of launcher core does. Also does a little bit of damage, but that's so interesting. And then lots of haste as well. Very interesting. Very interesting. Jules apron, that makes sense. Like apron, I don't feel like has been strong for a while. And if you compare this to something like coral armor, like the base value on the shield is pretty low. Stu gets buffed by a burn. I don't know. I always feel like Stu is really strong when I play it, but I'm not a Stell pro either. So like Banu, that kind of makes sense. Like especially at 6 seconds, I think the item's just been behind a little bit. Up the base value, I'm fine with. Basket, yo, basket maxing. Natalie's gonna be losing her mind. But yeah, that makes it so much easier. Holy cow, that's a huge buff to basket. Wow, that's awesome, dude. Basket maxing might be back. I love basket. It'll be interesting to see how strong it feels. Corkscrew, it does kind of feel like a gold tier item. I don't know, it's kind of niche at silver, like, and I feel like you'd want to pick it up a lot at silver, but it seems more like a gold tier item. Like, I don't know how to explain that. But also, it becomes more findable at gold tier. I don't know. It's like, it's a very strong effect, but it's also kind of niche. So it's like, I don't know if I want it necessarily silver. Decanter starts at silver. Okay, it's basically the same item, but it starts at silver now. That makes a lot of sense to me because, like, it hit bronze. I don't know. It's like you didn't really run it on your board at bronze. And then also, like, if you picked it up at bronze, you kind of want to upgrade it. Kind of want to upgrade it to the silver version. It's kind of hard to do that. Like, you have a lot of things kind of fighting for your level 4 bronze upgrade, B1, B2. So this makes a lot of sense to me. Seems more like a silver item than a bronze. Dragon Stake, it's a 1 second CDR buff, and the base burn is increased. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see if Dragon Stake actually plays. I don't think it's really been played. I don't know. Has it ever been really well played? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know, but it's an underperformer. We'll have to see if that helps kind of the crit line a little bit as a cool win con. Fruit Press. Okay. I'm gonna assume it's getting buffed because the dishwasher interaction got nerfed. So now it's kind of like, hey, because of this, we increase the base scaling from it a little bit. I think ideally too, the items shouldn't be about like destroy procs. Like it should kind of matter, like in a way, like, hey, you get tons of food uses as well. And that's part of the reason it's so powerful. Big subby, cooldown to 8-6. When you use a tool, charges 2 seconds. Okay, so now it's 2 seconds at all ranks. So theoretically, if you have a lot of tool spam, it should be a much faster item. And heated burn equal to this item's regen. Oh, oh, wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Because, like, what is that now? Because right now, it's like, that could be really powerful. Hold up. Because it's like, so now it's like, you don't have to have an item with a huge amount of burn. You can just have an item with a huge amount of regen or something. Sorry, there's like a very uncomfortable thing in my pocket. That's so interesting. And if it's heated, that just does this. That's so good. So this item's regen? So like, what's the payoff for that? Clear that. Filters. Regen ref. Jules. Like maybe you make a huge basket or something, or I mean, it's kind of hard to get like an item with a huge amount of regen without something like what am I thinking of? I guess feast could be an interesting way to do it. But then I guess you could do that the other way. Where is it, man? What am I thinking of? Farmer's market. This one right here. I feel like this is how you break the regen on something. So I don't know. Interesting. Emu base burn increased. What I learned from Natalie is that this item was so base burn reliant in order to be able to run it in your slow lines or whatever. So now it's a little bit stronger. Meat tenderizer kind of reminds me of corkscrew. It's a good item, but it feels more like a gold item. It's kind of hard to. It's weird to pick up as silver, I guess. Yeah. So now it's like a cooldown thing, but now it always reduces by 10%. I think this makes a lot of sense to me. Mousetrap is now a trap type. Is that a new type? Traps are coming to the game? Saffron is a gold tier. Also kind of makes sense as a gold tier, and the base values are higher. Spice rack. Crit scaling to 5, 10, 15. When you crit with an adjacent item, your burn items gain plus 5, 10, 15 burn for the fight? Dude, first of all, that is another Oni mask. What the hell? What? What scares me about that is like, you're gonna have just, first of all, that's another win con for like burn or crit jewels, but that's very interesting. I do wonder though, man, dude, you're gonna go against somebody and they're gonna have like bronze or silver Kenai on, you know, whatever day, and they're gonna have this spice rack thing, and they're gonna crit you right at this first proc of the fight, and then just win and roll you. I wonder if these numbers ever get toned down, because literally that is Oni mask. Also, let me move my camera to the other side. Sorry if I'm blocking anything. That is Oni mask. It's better scaling than Oni mask. It is only adjacent items though, so I think it's not unreasonable. There's a cat just snuggling me. Trail mix makes sense. It was kind of hard to quest this thing. Also, notably too, because the chocolates are. I just thought of this. The chocolates are harder to find too, because now it's a gold event. So actually making these quests easier makes a lot of sense as well. And Zarlik now burns. That's sick. Now only hastes food as well, which is interesting. But it hastes for 2 seconds, which is a very powerful amount of haste. 1 second isn't powerful. 2 is very powerful. That's a big Zarlik buff. Already a very good item. I guess maybe it's... I don't know. I think the fact... Oh, don't step on my keyboard. Don't do that. I think the fact that it can only haste food is both good and bad. Athenor is now silver tier. So maybe we have like another mid-game potion kind of line. Black Rose base regen goes up. Sure. Cellar no longer up. Oh wait, also upgrades lower tier potions. That's sick. That's so sick. That's cool. Now you have like the potion factory. That's cool. I like that. Cellar starts at bronze. At regens, no longer upgrades potions. Sure. Good early game reload tool, I believe. Is that what Cellar does? I gotta clear the filters. All right. Oh my god, I can't spell. So this text is going away. Yeah, so it's just gonna be like another early game kind of like regen reload tool. Makes sense. Spike trap, now trap. Cooldown to 9876. Damage to 20. Poison to 2. Cool. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how to rate that. I'm not maybe like I can't tell if that's a buff or a nerf. I mean, it's kind of a nerf at lower ranks, but it's a better late game. Maybe it was too strong in like max weapon lines. I know those are too strong. I don't know. I'm not a mech player. Potion can transform into a potion from any hero. Dude, who's getting potions? What? That's sick. Recycling bin can transform potions into potions from any hero. Okay. I guess too, like, I don't know who would have more potions, but basically that is a big nerf, I think, to maybe recycling bin's consistency, which is good because I hate invuln pot for passion. Show globe starts at bronze, burn to 6, gains 6 regen for the fight. It seems like a lot for a. I don't know. It's what is that item? Show. 7 seconds, gain 6. I don't know. Maybe I don't play mech. 6 regen is kind of a lot, and it's gonna scale very quickly. I don't know, man. I feel like this thing's gonna hit for like 12 regen first cast on day 1, which kind of scares me. Bug fix. Pig no longer gains the max HP. He's officially one of the rest of us. Beehive now gives a bee when you buy it and at the start of each day. Now charges all drones. I love that. Now buffs all small drones. So the bees have the drone tag, but also it's cute because, you know, maybe you do get a cool bee. Or, you know, and you can be like, hey, or sorry, a cool stealth drone or something. And you could be like, hey, let me buff my rocket drone at Beehive. It's cute. Booby trap reworked, gains the trap type. Very thematic. First time an enemy uses an item, freeze it in 2, 3, 4 other items for 2 seconds? Dude, I feel like that's disgusting. I feel like it's the grossest thing I've ever seen. Do you know how long a 2-second freeze is? I guess the only caveat is like a one-shot build doesn't care about that for the most part, but that's, dude, this is like a dually player's worst nightmare, I swear to God. I think this item's gonna get nerfed. I'm gonna call it now. This item's getting hot fixed. I think 2 seconds is too long. I think it's gonna be 1 second maybe. I think that's way too strong. Dude, it's like even it's silver, it is 6 seconds of freeze. I don't know, man. That seems insane. Business card, like you just I don't know. That disgusts me. Business card starts at bronze. Value gain, sure, makes sense to me. It kind of seems like a good early game like scaling econ item. I'm with it. Caltrops is a trap, makes sense. Cash cannon deals damage equal to twice the amount of gold you have gained this run. That scares me, dude. That scares me. I feel like I don't know. I'd have to see what the numbers look like because I don't play Pig. But I feel like I remember old cash cannon. I remember it being disgusting. And now it's like you can pick up cash cannon at any point during the game. And if you're a good pig player, you're always gaining 1,billion gold throughout the run. I don't know. That kind of scares me, bro. I'm not going to lie. That really, 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 really scares me. Cold room, cooldown to 8. Freeze duration to 1. Cool. Cool. I think that, to me, that seems more like a nerf, but I don't know. I mean, we can look at it. I need to remind myself what cold room does. Cold room. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a nerf. Maybe. I guess it's more freeze per charge, but like it's harder to get freeze procs. It kind of depends what you're looking for, I guess. Crook is now passive only. What? What does that mean? As opposed to the act? What? Oh, like Crook itself can't do damage? I bet that what's that mean? Like, okay. I bet Crook doesn't do damage now. That's interesting. So you increase the buff, but Crook is worse. Interesting. Yeah, or like the other thing I could see you doing with it is like buffing its other item, or like Crook still hits, but it only buffs other items. It's interesting. Bonsai, cooldown to 3, okay, and heals for a little less, but yeah, it's interesting. I'm with it. It's just like a good quick heal item. Dog quest requirements go down, probably also because of chocolates. Ford is now diamond tier. Ford has been such a disgusting, oppressive thing for so long. I know it's very thematic for Pig, but I think it's just too strong. Like I think it just has been too strong, and so a diamond kind of makes sense. It's one of those items that is so ridiculous, but it's so core to Pig. It feels wrong to like kind of take it out, but it's a diamond item. Big Hog, the silver. Yeah, I don't know. This has never really felt like a real carry item to me. Cooldown to 654, so it's better at diamond and gold, I guess. Heals for 10, 15, 20% of your health. And your max health gain is this interesting. I guess because it's faster now. I think a big thing, you have to keep the max health gain low at silver, because if you get it like day 2, that could be kind of oppressive if you're getting like 90. But yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. We'll have to see how the hog plays out. Jabalian Dagger starts at silver tier, does damage equal to 123 times this item's value, and still damage skins 1 value. This is going to be so much. I don't know. One thing I'm also kind of feeling is like, and again, I haven't played Pig in a while. I feel like it's going to have so much money in the mid game or like early game now. Because like being able to pick up Jabalian Dagger at silver means you can kind of just start like value stacking much earlier. Because like how a lot of the top Pig players would play this is like you pick up a dagger, you pick up something like a pawn shop, and you just like you keep it in the stash, you're slowly buying and selling whatever. And then you buy your Jabalian Dagger, you sell your pawn shop, that kind of thing. I wonder if this starts earlier. Landscraper now gains value for the fight as opposed to out of combat. Sure. I think it's a pretty big nerf. I know like Landscraper shield builds are kind of flying around. Monocle redesign, cooldown to 654. Shields equal to the amount of gold you've gained this run. Cool. It's like the cash cannon of shield. Notably a small item, but damage is a more powerful effect than shield in like the same quantity. So yeah, we'll have to see if Monocle ever plays. Very thematic in my opinion as well. Ointment, same thing. Heals equal to the amount of gold you gain this run. Sure. I wonder if it doesn't cut the burn and poison in half anymore. Very interesting though. Pawn shop starts at bronze. Your max health equal to 10, 15, 20, 25 times the item's value, but when you sell items, gains 1 value. So they took away kind of I guess basically at different tiers now. So like now you can get pawn shop very early. You can start stacking it. You can get a fair bit of health or whatever. But realistically, like I think it's going to be very similar to this Jabalian Dagger thing, where you just get it as like an early game item. You keep it in your stash. You're slowly selling things, and eventually you sell it for like 30, 50 gold, whatever, and you can make some purchase plays. Pinata now gives a chocolate bar, a gumball, and a small toy. Nice, I like that a lot. Is it buyable? I still don't know, but my hunch is maybe. It's more, at least now it's like worth more gold than it did. Oh, apologize. Big's Gym redesign cooldown to 8. Your weapons gain damage for each weapon you bought this run. So again, kind of like the cast stick cannon thing. I kind of like that in a way that it's like it allows you to find things later in the game, and it's not like super punishing if you like. It's kind of like the old dinos problem, where it's like before on Dually, if you found all your dino pieces super early, it was oppressive, but if you found them late, they did nothing because you scaled them through fights. I'm with it. Regal Blade, damage to 50, 100, 150, 200. Quest 1 now gives 150 damage, requires 8 weapons. Huh? Quest 2 now requires 7 apparel, was 8. This makes sense to me. Is Regal not disgusting? Why did they buff this thing? I guess it's less oppressive? I don't know. What? I guess it's less oppressive at silver. Or sorry, bronze. Or like when you complete the first quest. Because it used to be like, sometimes you would run against this thing day 2. They'd have completed the quest. You had a 300 damage Regal. This is still like a 200 damage Regal though. I don't know. That still kind of scares me. Maybe I'm overestimating it, but it probably is better. So it's like it's a little easier to do the quest, but the damage is lower at bronze. You know, I trust the pigs on it. Safe now has a rare chance to drop a bar of gold or bag of jewels. Very thematic. Shipment now only spawns items not from pig. Cool. I don't know if there was like a balance reason for that, or it's more just like that seems thematic. Either way, I'm cool with it. Snow globe gets a buff. That makes sense. I'm good with that. Reduce the cooldown, but lower the freeze. I think it's a more playable item that way. Snowmobile to 6 makes sense. I don't remember really seeing a lot of snowmobile lately, so I'm good at buffing it. T set no longer burns, but it buffs more. I'm kind of cool with that. So now it's just kind of like a buff win con, but it doesn't like output itself. Vineyard redesign, cooldown to 5, multi to 2, heal for 5, 10, 50% of your max health. When you heal, slow an item. Interesting. I don't know. That's a lot of heal and a lot of slow. So how this reads is it's like 5 seconds, like silver, it's 5 seconds, heal 10% of your max health, slow 2 items for 1 second, basically. I don't know how to rate this because I'm not good, but I kind of, I don't know, I could feel like this could be really, first of all, good thematics, like slowing from the vineyard, you know, alcohol. I could feel like this could be kind of scary. I don't know. You get a curio buff on this thing, Ushawali bird. Maybe I'm overrating it, but I feel like this could be really disgusting and pretty scary sounding. Utarian Club, damage is 750, 1500. Makes sense. It's been a very strong gold item buy for a long time. So the club is very good. And I also think this makes the diamond upgrade feel more meaningful as well. But yeah, the base damage at his gold was probably too high. So I'm good with that. Yo-Yo starts at silver, and it's charged 2 at silver. Interesting. We'll have to see how good that is. That kind of scares me, because Yo-Yo is good. But now you also have to like sterling your Yo-Yo or find an upgrade. Maybe it's fine. Honest, dude, these notes are so long. Holy cow. Stell airplane glue starts at bronze. Makes sense. I feel like it does kind of seem like a good little like start-stop bronze item to play. Battle balloon base values go up. Makes a lot of sense. Again, I feel like he used it for just tons of procs, but it didn't actually output that much. Makes sense. Boosted saucer. Yeah, that item was nuts. Really freaking nuts. So I understand the cooldown nerf. Darts. Cooldown to 2 seconds was 4. This deals half damage. Every third hit deals triple damage. Sick. Thematic. Notably, like a very good item on other heroes, like Dooley or Vanessa, like a start speed item at 2 seconds. It's very good. Very, very good. We'll have to see like how it really feels, but that's interesting. That's really cool. I don't know like what this fits into with Stell. It does feel maybe a little out of place to me, but like early game could be really interesting. Firecrackers, cooldown to 3, ammo to 3, damage to 20, 40, 60, 3 times damage on destroy. So I guess now the idea of firecrackers is it goes off much faster and it can actually destroy itself, but the base damage is lower. Flysicle, your shield items have plus 5, 10, 15, 20 shield if they're flying double this. Interesting. Not really sure what to make of that. Does it no longer fly? Hanger, when you use a vehicle or a drone, your flying items and shield items gain damage and shield for the fight. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the hanger redesign kind of confuses me. I feel like I liked the old hanger a lot. I really did. Sketch, what are you doing? She's packing a plastic bag. I don't know. It is interesting. Like it's a notably a sick way to scale. Also starts at silver now. Like if you have a combat drone in the middle game, but you also have to solve flying as well, which I don't know how I really feel about. Cause like, one sec, let me take this bag away. Come here. You're being crazy. You're being crazy. Come here. You're being crazy. All right. I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to like solve this fly problem until you have things like vortex cannon. At least in my experience, like it's really hard to get meaningful fly a lot of times. But maybe you just need like to ornithopter your one vehicle. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't seem very powerful to me. Hang glider gets a buff. I'm with it. Uh, now it could buff itself. That's good. That's a very powerful stat stick because like part of the hang glider problem was sometimes you had to fly your hang glider as well, if like an ornithopter or something, to make sure your hang glider got buffed. Now it just takes care of the buffing itself. Hydrogen tank to 6. Horrible voice crack. When you use an adjacent vehicle, charges 2 seconds. Was if you have a vehicle, uses at the start of each fight. Wow. The start of combat degeneracy, that is hydrogen tank, is gone. Wow, that's disgusting. It's good. It's good. So now it's kind of like next to like a low roll or something, you know, you can use it for a billion procs, cycle your hydrogen tank a lot, but that's a big nerf. Ice bomb to gold makes sense. Cooldown to 4 makes sense. This item's disgusting. Freeze 1 to 2 items for 1 second. Makes sense. This item disgusting. Disgusting. Height redesign. Okay, interesting. Starts at bronze. Cooldown to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 small items start flying. When a small item starts or stops flying, charge it 1 second. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see how good that is or not, but Kite I don't feel like has been really playable for a while. So maybe now it is. That'd be cool. Launch tower starts at silver. Why is everything going to silver? Cooldown to 6 seconds. Charge your vehicles and drones 1, 2, 3 seconds when you use another vehicle. Your flying items have plus 50, 100, 150 damage. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's cool. So I guess now it's like the idea is it's kind of like for a vehicle board, like a flying vehicle board, like swallowtail kind of stuff. But it's like instead of actually using a vehicle, which is a very powerful effect, by the way, you just start charging stuff, which I kind of like. I kind of like this idea of you get like a car, you get like a swallowtail, that kind of stuff, and you just kind of start like charging your board, cycling. It's interesting. We'll have to see how it plays. Lava roller, cooldown to 8-6, destroy an adjacent item for the fight, burn to 50, 100. When you destroy an item, this gains plus 50 plus 100 burn for the fight. Thank you. This item was so dumb. This item was so stupid for so long. So dumb. And I'm so glad to see it go. Like, I want it to be playable. I think all items should have their place, but this item was so stupid. So stupid. Oblivion Cannon, when an item is destroyed, this gains 200, 400 damage for the fight. Was equal to 50, 75 times the item's cooldown. Sure. It's hard for me to evaluate exactly why this is nerfed. Maybe there was some interactions of like, I can never remember that dually destroy item, something like that. But I trust the judgment. Oxygen mask, shield to 20. Okay. When you use another tool or vehicle, this gains shield for the fight. Cool. Notably, what this might be is like a way for Stell to kind of gain shield day 1. I feel like Stell, her early game defense is a little lacking sometimes. It's also very much relies on hitting silver items. Maybe this gives her a way to like have more of a defensive plan early. Parts picker, 10-8. When this destroys an item, reduce the cooldowns of your other items by 1 second for the fight. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I understand it. I feel like Stell is kind of getting brutally nerfed, I'm not gonna lie. Like very brutally. Parts picker is insane, but this like it's a lot of harsh nerfs. I don't know. I understand it though. It's like a broken item, but still tough. Pressure heater, cooldown to 6 seconds. Oh, interesting. So now pressure heater is like instead of cycling it, you need 5. Really, you need 3. So that's really interesting. I bet pressure heater could be really powerful in your burn lines right now. It's significantly better. Recycler bot also shields for 20. Sure. Red Lantern starts at silver. Like that item didn't really feel like a bronze item. Like bronze crit items usually aren't super, like it's hard to fit them in, you know what I mean? It's very hard to just slip bronze crit items in. Like when do you care about like 10% crit bronze, you know? Like it seems more like a silver tier item. Repair drone to 4 seconds, makes sense, also very strong. Security drone to 8. Shield 20, 40, 60, 80. When an enemy uses an item, charges 1 second. Well, this is flying, reduces cooldown by 2 seconds. Is it just worse? Was security drone too strong and I'm just like sleeping on it? I thought it interesting because they reduce the shield numbers and it's like interesting. I guess now like you don't necessarily need it to fly. and it can still get the charge effect. It's still like something you want to fly though. I don't know. Interesting. Sky Anchor, more damage, awesome. It's kind of been lacking for a while. Space Laser is now a ray, that's cool. Stell's Workshop, when you use a tool, charge 1 or 2 vehicles or drones 1 second. I think it's completely reasonable. When it was like charge a vehicle or drone 2 seconds, you could just have one vehicle or drone and just turbocharge it. Especially Pill Buggy with some hot bullshit. It's still a very strong card, but I think it's just a little less oppressive. Targeting drone, haste the item to the left of this for 2 seconds. That actually is a big deal. I feel like the extra haste on targeting drone at other levels would matter. And then also the crit's gone down a fair bit as well. It's minus 2n at all ranks. So instead of 5, 10, 15, 20, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. Still, I think a decent card, but it's a lot less powerful than it was. Big one, cooldown to 14. This is destroyed, deal damage equal to 20-30% of your enemy's max health. That makes sense. Big one at Diamond, especially with all the crazy. Sorry, I just got texted a bunch. With all the crazy destroy stuff, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. You could just 2-tap somebody with this. You could destroy it, repair it, destroy it, repair, like destroy it. They're dead. So get like a shield enchant. It was disgusting. So this makes a lot more sense, especially with repair in the game. Vortex Cannon, the 5 seconds. Also a very strong item. This kind of makes sense, dude. She's really, I don't know. Stell, I don't disagree because like some of her late game win cons were absolute BS and insane. But it also feels like she's really got BTA'd. I don't know. Vanessa, Bilgeworm, renamed from Hate-Leech, redesigned, gains the aquatic and weapon types. When your enemy uses their leftmost item, deal damage and lifesteal. Dude, you have a 1 item lifesteal caltrops. That's sick. That's sick. I don't know how good this is gonna be. I mean, like, but I wonder, it's like, you can have this in a weapon build for pseudo defense. Also, I guess, when you go against a Vanessa, make sure that you account for your leftmost thing, I guess. Interesting. I feel like this could be really disgusting if you find a really good way to buff it. You put a left-handed against a dually or something, it's gonna be insane. Hoverboard damage nerfed, makes sense. That item's still insane, but less insane now. Boulders now chop, cool. Butterfly swords. Yeah, butterfly swords is interesting, like, even if all the buffs it's been getting, it still doesn't really see play. Maybe now it sees play if you pick it up at silver or whatever. Calico cooldown to 6, sure, no longer deals double crit damage. Interesting. So now you just have something that gains a ton of crit. I don't know. I didn't feel like Calico was too powerful, but I don't know. Interesting. The cooldown to 6 is nice, I guess, but interesting. Cannonball, huge buff. Now you can actually run Cannonball again. Cannonball notably has also sick enchant, but that's a huge buff. 2, 3, 4, like, not runnable at this. It's maybe runnable at gold, but 2, 3, 4 is a huge buff on Cannonball. I think Cannonball might actually see play again. Clamra starts at silver tier, cooldown to 765. Notably starting at silver tier is sick. First 2, 3, 4 times your enemy uses an item each fight, use this. Interesting. I will say that, like, that's tough because you lose the start of combat ability that Clamor had, but also it's incredibly spammy now. Like, this is going to be actually a lot stronger early game in terms of, like, if you have something like an Oni Mask or like Anglerfish or like anything that cares about slow procs, this is a lot better, but I think late game it's worse. But maybe not. It also kind of gives you a reason to upgrade it, I guess. But I don't know. Like, it's also notably better with Temporal Strike now. We'll have to see. Concealed Dagger starts at bronze tier. Cooldown to 4. Can you imagine that still give you gold? Let's see. Deal 10, 20, 30, 40. Haste an item for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Ooh, interesting. It's like a first aid in that does damage. The start of each fight with this, gain 1 gold. That's such a sick card. I wonder if it has to be on your board or not, because, like, I would just hold this on my stash. That's sick. I wonder if the dagger is going to be insane. Also, that crow fight is going to be harder now. Not that it's, like, super hard now, but they're going to have a Shadow Cloak dagger. So just be mindful of that. Very notably sick, though. Coral to 5 makes sense. I think it's been lacking for a while. I think it was decent at 6, but I think it's totally reasonable to have it at 5. Crow's Nest. If you have only 1 weapon, has lifesteal and is affected by slow for half as long. That's sick. That's sick. You get like a semi-radiant effect on it. Cyber Psy starts at silver tier. Bring Northern Iron back. That's what I'm saying. Deal 10, 20, 30 damage. When you crit, a weapon gains crit chance for the fight. When a weapon's crit chance increases, it gains damage for the fight. What? That's sick. That's notably sick. I feel like the coolest way to break this, or like the most powerful way to break this. I mean, first of all, that's cool. Like now, dude, these new crit lines, like both for Jules and Vanessa, are interesting. I kind of feel like the best way to break this is literally a skill like what's it called, man? Like it's like when you haste gain crit, you know, or like your board gains crit, like anything with haste. Like you could literally have like concealed dagger goes off, haste one item, but because one thing got hasted, your whole board gets buffed, and then it's like damage for your whole board. I think that's how the skill, like something like this, gets broken. Which is interesting because I feel like it seems like a very fair effect. If it's not like board wide, but if it's as soon as it's board wide, if a skill like that, it could maybe get out of hand. We'll see. Very cool though, and like it'll be interesting to see this line. Diving helmet redesign starts at gold tier. Shield to 8, shield to 50, 100. Charge adjacent items 1 to 2 seconds. What? When you use another aquatic item, charges 1 to 2 seconds. Adjacent items are aquatic. What? Yo, that's sick. That's notably, that's so sick. What? Dude, the diving helmet charge? What? And you have a targeted charge adjacent items? And an aquatic board? Dude, what? That's sick. That's so sick. What the? Well, how do you use that? Why do I feel like this? You're gonna have like diving helmet, robo, almost like infinites or something. That's crazy. That's so sick, dude. I have no idea how you use that, but like, that's so cool. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's like a boulder thing, or like I don't know. I don't know what you want to charge. Like boulder comes to mind for sure, or scam, but that's so cool. Or you just like create a loop of good items, like you put a dock lines next to this or something. That's sick. EDC gains the trap type, fishing net. At the start of each day, get a small aquatic or loot item from any hero. Also sick. I guess isn't that very? It's like fishing rod, but now you can also get loots. So you know which one I like more. Flame signals now a bonfire, makes sense. Holsters, the first time you use an item each fight. Oh, how they killed our boy. How they killed our boy. Life is pain. Start of combat is officially relegated to icicle, magma core, all these things. Pain, understandable, but pain. Pain, pain, pain. But the haste is a big deal because like 2 to 3 is huge. Like that's a huge breakpoint. So in some builds, this might actually, I mean, maybe not stronger, but nesting doll also gets a lot better now because it's 2 seconds to activate your haste. Holding steel to 3 was 4. Your left and rightmost items gain damage for the fight, dude. Honing steel buffing 2 things every 3 seconds is kind of nuts. What the hell? 3 seconds, you gain 10 damage every 3 seconds. That's pretty good. You put that on like bayonet, katana, or something like that's very strong. And also, I think that works. Like if you have one weapon, it hits 2 things, or hits 1 thing. So like, if you have like katana, shadow cloak, and that's it, honing steel, it's a lot of damage. Whee. Ice pick to 4 was 5. Makes sense. Ice pick has been bad for a while. It's been bad for a long time. Keep giving it a little love. I feel like she just needs more free support to make ice pick work. Iceberg starts at diamond tier, was gold. When an enemy uses an item, freeze it for 1 second. I think I understand it. It does. It causes me pain, but I understand it. It's just another one of those items like 4, where it's just such a brutal headache item, and like playing against it as certain characters just feels so bad. I like it in the Bazaar, but it's probably too oppressive, yeah. The Ray goes to 6. Reasonable. Lucia Ray's been bad for a while. Eventually, it'll be really good if they keep buffing it. Maybe it goes to 5 even. We'll have to see at 6. Because, like, I don't know, at 6, maybe it goes off twice in a fight. So, at 8, definitely didn't. So, Javelin to 4 seconds. Deal 50, 100, 150 damage. Decent base damage for sure. When you crit with this, haste your other items for 2 seconds. When this is reloaded, against 50% crit chance with the fight. That's very interesting. When you crit with this, haste your other items for 2 seconds. When this is reloaded, against 50% crit chance with the fight. Bless you. Thank you. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. That's such an interesting effect because I feel like what you'll do is you'll create a crazy loop with like javelin and then like powder horn or something. And you just create this sick like reload loop. Yeah, I guess it could be a little slow. Like you kind of want your base crit to be high, but it's interesting because like if you guarantee the first crit, you just have an item that kind of hastes your board over and over and over. It's very strong. We'll have to see. That's very interesting. Kusari nerfed, understandable. It's a very strong card. It's been like her best scaling weapon besides like Swuckle or whatever. Like it makes a ton of sense. Life Prezi, first time you be defeated each fight, heal for less. I think it's reasonable, especially at silver. It's such a strong card, and like I don't think that's unreasonable. Julian, redesign your weapons again damage equal to half the gold you've gained this run. So again, it's kind of like those pig changes, right? You can just kind of pick up the Julian whenever. And because you've been like buy selling throughout the whole game, you know, it's like you can pick up Julian. It's not time dependent, which I like. I like this kind of design. Piranha starts at bronze, cooldown to 8765, deal 20 damage, base 20% crit was removed. When you use another friend or food, charge just 1 second. Cool. So maybe we see Piranha in more of like a friend line now. It's very interesting. Friend or food is also kind of fun. Chum is a food, but otherwise, like Vanessa doesn't have any food, so maybe Jules like whips out the Piranha or something. But yeah, very interesting. You also don't have like good ways to duplicate piranhas now because fishing net was changed. But very interesting. Very, very interesting. Unless you buy like different levels of chums, I guess, and you can like get piranha loops. Very cool though. We'll have to see if like you'd start just going crazy with the piranhas. Pistol sword damage nerfed at bronze. Makes sense like or sorry, at gold. Makes sense, makes sense. And also too, this makes the upgrade to from gold to diamond feel a little more meaningful, but pistol sword's insane. I think it's completely reasonable. Rowboat has been a disgusting item, requiring 7 types. I think is completely fair. It's a nerf, but I don't know. I think 5 was way too easy, and then 7 makes it interesting on such a strong item. Scimitar of the Deep, damage to 20. When you crit, poison equal to half this item's damage. Whoo! Was 20%. Whoo! When this is hasted, your poison items gain plus 369 poison for the fight. That's such a sick item, dude. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but it's notably sick as hell. Sea Dogs is back to silver. So again, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of support for the friends line here. Shark Claws, your weapons. Was your other weapon? Shark Claws is back. OG Shark Claws is back. I also skipped Sextant, my bad. So Shark Claws now buffs itself. Sextant, when you haste, an item gains 5% crit chance for the fight. Cool. Was adjacent items of crit. So now it's like in general, as you spam a bunch of haste around your board, Sextant will give crit chance around your board. Cool. Shark Ray starts at silver tier, redesigned, cooldown to 6, damage to 20. When you haste a friend, your friends gain damage and poison for the fight. Dude, the friend lines are so in, especially with the Tinker edition. The friend lines are so back, dude. That's sick. That's sick. Also, notably, Jellyfish is a friend that hastes itself. Your Jellyfish is going to buff your whole damn board, dude. That's so cool. I love friend lines. Friend lines too could be such a bridge between weapons and aquatics on this character, bro. I always feel like weapons and aquatics are so hard to bridge. Oh, Swuckle nerf. Actually, that's so painful. Never mind, all momentum is gone. All momentum is gone. Swuckle got nerfed. Everybody pack it up, go home. Why? Why? I asked for so little. I asked for so little. Maybe it's just like all the crit changes. Like Swuckle was too strong. I don't know. That causes me great pain though. Spyglass, when you slow, an item gains plus 10% crit chance for the fight. That's very good. I mean, it's interesting that it's double sextant, but also like it's easy. I think it's easier to get haste, a billion haste procs and slow in Vanessa, but maybe not. That's a lot of crit. Notably, like interesting if you have something like dock lines for your anchor, if like anchor is still going on. Subby damage, big increase, and if it's your only weapon, it's affected by freeze and slow for half as long. Solo weapon sub is in the game, dude. That's sick. And the base damage is so high. That's dope. Submersible. Redesigned. So it's not like sub light. Cooldown to 5. Your left and rightmost aquatic weapon and shield items gain damage and shield for the fight. If you have another vehicle or large items. Oh, I think that's so much scaling potentially. That's so much scaling potentially. Because you have to realize, like, so imagine you have submersible and submarine or something, right? Or just like a large item. If you have like submersible, submarine, it's like 2 things. And then like another shield item and another weapon. This is going to give 40 stats every 3 seconds, which is kind of a lot. That's very interesting. Very interesting. We'll have to see how good that is, but tripwire as a trap makes sense. Turtle shell starts at gold tier. Oh, dude, I loved playing this item in the mid game. I felt it was really strong, but okay. Starts at gold. Shield values change. They go way up. So maybe the idea is like you kind of have more of a win con in turtle shell. I don't know. I just work here, man. Wow. I just work here. We're reducing max health scaling and standardizing numbers. Arms dealer nerf, backroom stealing, bloodhound reduced by a second. Yeah, that skill's been broken for forever. Arms dealer though makes a lot of sense. That skill's super broken. Backroom dealings. I think it's the merchant one, but also spawns earlier now, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, brawler max health. Thank God. Bloodthirst damage reduced. Cherished keep shake disabled. Creeping shield now spawns on stealth. That makes a lot of sense. She's a lot of slow. Deadly waters reduced. Endurance reduced. Expert pilot reduced. Farm to table reduced. First responder follow up all reduced. Hardened shield redesigned. Your shield items have plus 10, 20, 30 shield for each weapon your enemy has. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Healthy hoarder reduced by like, and it's always, instead of being like on all these, instead of being 20, 30, 40, 50, it's like 10, 20, 30, 40 or whatever, or like, or it's like this one is like healthy hoarder is 25. I don't know. You're taking like a third off of it. Ridiculous. Heat shield, new skill, spawns on dually jewels and stealth. Your burn items have plus 2, 3, 4 burn for each shield item you have. That's a cool little skill. I like that on jewels a lot. That'll be interesting. I would eat that. Redesigned. Your leftmost item is a food and has its cooldown reduced by 3 or 6%. Cool. Ice bullets. Bug fix. Ice smasher. Your leftmost item is affected by freeze for half as long. If you have exactly 1 weapon, all your items are. Ooh! Little 1 weapon skill? That's kind of sick. Inexorable nerfed. Makes sense. Again, the item's broken. Iron sharpens iron. The base damage to 8, but the scaling's reduced. I didn't feel like Iron sharpens iron was that crazy. I would pick it up sometimes, but not all the time. But maybe I was wrong for that. I'm with that. I'm with it. It's a drone redesigned. Your leftmost item is a drone. Has its cooldown reduced. Sure. Also notably starts at gold, so it kind of gives you some time to build around stuff. That plus I would eat that as well. Like clockwork, same. It's kind of getting the same treatment. Like it kind of gives you a little bit of time to like build around it if it spawns at gold. Lifting disabled temporarily. Sure. Makeshift plate. Your shield items have plus 10, 20, 30 shield for each tool you have. Cool. Cool skill. Master Diver redesigned. Very similar to the other ones. Pack Infiltrator redesigned. Very similar to the other ones. That spawn at gold. Primal Rage renamed to Primal Energy. Probably because Karnok rages. And the damage is reduced. Protein Powder. That's probably maybe the most egregious one because you would just casually buy 1 billion food on jewels anyways and get 1 billion health. Still a very strong skill, I think, but you reduce its output by half at bronze. Pure Imagination, same gold treatment. Sharp Corners, makes sense. That skill's been nuts for a long time. Reduce it by 1 at all ranks. Oh, sorry, yeah, 1, you know, whatever, 3N at all ranks. Sharpshooter, new skill. Your left and rightmost damage and rightmost weapon has plus 10% crit chance. Cool. If you have only 1 weapon, it deals double crit damage. That's sick, dude. Dude, that could be so sick with sniper. So notably, if you have 1 weapon, it's 20% crit chance. That with sniper could go so hard. So hard. That would be sick. Shatter scaling. It's back to silver, but the scaling is gutted. Makes sense. Slow burn. Only on Stel. Or sorry, now spawns on Stel. I apologize. I'm trying to remember what that is. Slow burn. I think it's like when you slow charge a burn item. First X amount of times. Special exhibit now spawns on Mac was only dually redesigned. Gold skill treatment, staying power, temporarily disabled. Strength reduced by 5 at all ranks, makes sense. Left and right handed reduced by 10 at all ranks, also makes sense. I feel like we've just completely escaped the skill meta. Maybe not. Like maybe you go pip sometimes if you want to like get plus burn plus shield, but the value. I mean, to be fair, like pulse rifle on dually still loves a left or right handed at plus 10. It's still a ton of damage, but holy cow, left and right handed and strength all just took a big slap. Big slap. Especially at bronze. So that'll be interesting. I almost feel like we're gonna see a rise, and I could be mistaken, maybe of poison, but also of just very strong like day one defenses again. Back in my day, time to pull out like the old head discussion. You would pretty consistently go to like fatigue on day one and just have like a sandstorm fight. Like you didn't always kill people. And we're getting closer to that again. I feel like sometimes even on day two. Anyways, let's see. Strong arm, Sons at silver, damage equal to income. Okay, sure. Stop that slows all items for 1 to 3 seconds. That's very good. I think it's a much better skill now. When you fall below half, you'll slow their whole board. It's also a ton of procs. That's a very good skill, I think. Streamline weapon, no spawns on dually. Just also notably like sick with temporal strike on a boulder build or something. Spawns on dually and jewels. Okay, makes sense. I believe that's the one that's like when you haste, give damage to a weapon. Titanium casing, reduced. I believe that's the dually skill. Is that correct? Tight. Okay. Am I in items? I am. Yeah, when you use a core, your shield items can shield for the fight. Yeah, it had very high values, to be honest. Very, very high values. But also it's like it's kind of a 6 silver skill to pick up as well. So I like that. I feel like it should be a silver skill, but I understand like the value is very high. Toughness as well. Reduced by 5 at all ranks. I didn't remember myself what that is. Oh yeah, it's the shield skill. Okay. And the front and rear shielding. Also reduced. And toxicity reduced. Wow, dude. Wow. That's tough. That's very tough. Interesting. So I think big takeaways. Here's my prediction. I think Vanessa's going to be really interesting and very strong. I think Pig is going to be very strong. I think Karnok is probably going to be broken because he's a new hero. Estelle got gutted. So yeah, lots of item changes. Crit lines for Jules, crit lines for Vanessa. Kind of a boring Mac patch, I would say. Plus 50 health at levels 1 through 8 is very interesting to me. New monsters dropping, Karnak's dropping. You can get heated and chiller slots and rage at level up. Dooley, kind of like a few small changes to some of his items, but nothing major. I feel like it's a quiet patch for Dooley and Mac. A lot of interesting things for Jules though. I feel very intrigued by like I don't know. I almost like basket more now though. You do have to kind of do it naturally through your own foods. Very intrigued by this though. This spice rack line is a lot of promise. And Mac again, very quiet patch for Mac in the duelster. Pig gets a lot of changes. A lot of like I feel like early game value stacking kind of happens. Very interesting. Like cash cannon maybe scares me a little bit. We'll have to see. Kind of like these big like as you accumulate gold throughout the game, payoffs is very interesting as well. Pinata's a change. We'll have to see, but exciting. Stell just completely nerfed to the ground, but some items were changed. We'll have to see. Stell always finds a way to persevere, so it's like even when she's nerfed, I feel like people find a way. But her destroy stuff got hit really hard. Vanessa, just lots of lovely weapons changes as we want to see it. I like that. Ideally, in my ideal world, when you play Vanessa, you have the chance to play weapons, you have the chance to play aquatics, and you just click on the first good shop you see. Like you should be able to click Kina and be like, oh cool, I'm playing like aquatics this game if that's your first shop. Or you should be able to click Isla and be like, oh cool, like maybe I'm leaning weapons this game if that's your first shop. It should be flexible and interesting. And I feel like this friends line is such a good way to tie like weapons and aquatics together. I also kind of feel like Vanessa's slow burn lines are another kind of interesting way to tie like weapons and aquatics together because you had like payoffs like Kusarigama and stuff. But interesting and lots of skills getting gutted. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed both the reveals and the notes, and I'll see you tomorrow for a Karnok stream at like 6, maybe like 5 Pacific or something. I don't know. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Toodles.